Yo, Hendo here with Average Use Slow-Pitch. Today, we're bringing out the all-new short porch wig popper USSSA model. So if you're recognizing the name, this has been a senior bat from Short Porch there for a while. I'm not sure how many wig poppers they got. I do know they have a few. This USSSA model is going to be a 12-inch barrel loaded. So that's that kind of roughly half-ounce end load. Obviously, once they drop the specs, that could obviously change just slightly. But loaded typically means you've got your half-ounce end load there. Today, we're back out of Apodaca. This field's, if you've seen the videos by now, 330 down the lines, roughly 360 to 370, depending kind of where in the power alleys you're hitting. And then center field, we got 385 with that batter's eye out there as well. We'll start with 52s, kind of like normal. We've got the ZN Hicons, and that's pretty much all we've got in the bag. There might be a couple of the Razzo Pluses from D Marini. And then in our ProM bag, we've got ZNs, Gold Dots, and Razzos, all the ProM models, no Classic M's, no Stadiums, no Hardcores, things like that. Hitting along with me today, we've got Keltner, and then my good friend PK as well. So just so you kind of have an idea of who's out here hitting with us. Keltner, he's been playing for a while. He's up there, should be playing senior ball, but he's holding on to his USSSA days. But pretty much military B, plays military ball with me as well. And then these days, he's primarily playing kind of like a USSSA D level ball down in Florida somewhere, wherever he's at. And then PK, who I can probably attribute to the fact that I even play softball these days, was here when I first moved to New Mexico and kind of got me into the softball world. But I think when I first met him, he was up there playing C/B at times. He's been around, like I said, for a while. These days, playing kind of D. Occasional teams will pick him up for C. Good pitcher, things like that. But figure you got kind of a spectrum of guys. Obviously, for myself, lately this year, kind of moved up the chain a little bit. So played anywhere from B to a couple conference events with like Sports Reach. Again, like I said, you got military B, D here. And then we've got kind of a guy who, when he swings those senior bats, absolutely killing the ball. And then we give him some of these USSSA bats, and well, he's still killing the ball. So my only hope is that when I, here in 20-ish years, get to PK's spot, I'm still hitting the ball like he is. So let's go ahead, get this out there, see how it performs, and we'll come back with final impression, final thoughts. All right, let's test our U-Trip wig popper. Hoping this thing performs. I mean, obviously won't perform as well as the senior version, but I've heard great things about the senior wig popper. Hoping we get some great performance here out of this one as well. And this one's sitting 280, maybe 280 plus, basically. Either way, it's about right for what we've seen from Short Porch. They've taken, for us, about 75-ish plus swings to feel like it's opening up and kind of feel good. So either way, we'll start with some 52s, just for our friends there up north who utilize that, and anyone that uses the 52s or like hot dots. And then we'll switch over to ProMs, come back with how many swings we took, final compression, final thoughts. All right, as we talked about in the intro, we're going to start with 52s here with the USSSA wig popper. Again, 12-inch barrel, loaded. So should be roughly a half-ounce end load, and then we'll swap over to ProMs.
91 miles per hour.
It's got a nice stiff feel there with the 52s though, which reminds me of the pickle juice.
75 miles per hour.
We have a good age range right here.
Very.
100 miles per hour.
Whew.
I think you found the sweet spot on that one.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think that stiffer feel with the 52s helps them really jump off.
75 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour.
Yeah, so only a handful of swings in, and you've definitely got that Short Porch stiff feel. I think we've talked about it on all of them, between the milkshakes and salty dog, so the two pieces, and then the pickle juice, I think is what's called, or dill pickle, whatever it's called. But they've all got that stiffer feel, which I think really helps with these 52s. With this one, you don't get that soft feel like you're hitting 52s. Obviously, we'll see what it feels like when we switch to ProMs, but because that stiffer feel, and I think because that higher compression, the 52s are jumping off really well. You saw on a line, good speeds, elevated, honestly 80-something, where the 52 is still real good, and we carried out to left center here, or almost left center, but still putting us well over 330 at that point. So definitely how you want to see the performance go. It's nice that it still feels stiff. We won't throw too many more 52s on it. We can tell it performs, and then we're going to go to kind of the ProMs, which everyone really cares about.
83 miles per hour.
That was solid.
Are these okay?
99 miles per hour.
Yeah, when you catch that sweet spot, it comes off good, and it's definitely stiff. We'll see when we switch to the ProMs. Hopefully that doesn't equate to then a lack of forgiveness. You start getting all that sting in your hands.
Yeah.
Myself.
88 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour.
Take that carry all the way up to the track
Take
in right
that.
center.
Yeah.
75 miles per hour.
I'm
So
just
you-
saying, again, 75 and elevated like that, it's not like, people don't understand, that's impressive.
It honestly, it's so weird. The more effort you put into this swing with this bat, it's worse. I mean, I'm
Yes.
trying to hit it because I know it's a stiff bat, but then I just hit that 75 mile an hour right there, and it's all hands.
I know. Well, when you told me that I had that my smoothest swing was one of my highest numbers, I've been trying to swing it instead of just swinging it.
Right.
98 miles per hour.
I'm glad I moved.
76 miles per hour.
I'm hitting one today.
79
Oh,
miles
stay
per
fair.
hour.
Oh!
The Wig Popper is my favorite senior bat I've ever swung.
86 miles per hour. 94 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's hitting the 52s real well. We're gonna go ahead, swap over to our ProMs now. As a reminder, Razos, ZNs, gold dots, that's all that's in there. All the ProMs, not the ZN hardcores or anything like that. All right, ProMs, let's see how this, that kind of stiffer feel from the 52s translates.
100 miles per hour.
I will say I feel like I'm swinging a wood baseball bat though. You almost got that
click.
that traditional clack feel or sound, and then overall feel with obviously a little more performance than a wood bat,
Yeah.
or more performance than a wood bat.
89 miles per hour.
Yeah, so good carry when you elevate. I mean, we're only a handful in, speed-wise, you're not seeing a significant difference from the ProMs, or from the 52s to the ProMs, which obviously you got to bring the compression down on these with it starting where it started at about that 280 mark. So I would expect as we get more and more swings, see those numbers rise from here, and then you would expect to see a slight drop off from the 52s as the barrel softens up a little bit.
85 miles per hour.
Oh, when you do the
99 miles per hour.
So I don't know necessarily
83 miles per hour.
a sweet spot. That was definitely a different sound, and you could feel a slight sting in the hand. So I think that might have been slightly low of the sweet spot, but it gives you good feedback. Ball came off good, but I'm worried if you catch any lower, your hands are gonna hurt real bad.
96 miles per hour.
That's the sweet spot.
I would say so.
That thing got through that tree so hard, it still was on a full speed as it hit that fence on the backside.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it for sure. I mean, it feels pretty centered up. So I mean, where you'd expect it to be, which is good news, especially on a 12 inch. It's always weird if you have to find a high or low sweet spot on some of these.
85 miles per hour.
That was a good
Christ.
swing.
That was a nice easy 85 there, BJ. Oh, come on. Nice fly out.
$90 miles per hour.
Oh,
89 miles per hour.
that's a gap right there.
Yeah, it's coming off good, and we'll obviously see a little bit of a speed drop off going backside because our radar setup basically at the shortstop makes sense for guys who pull a little bit more up here. So not really worried about the speed piece, but you can see that ball coming off good, getting that gap quick. Overall, good feel so far. Definitely a stiffer option as far as the one pieces go. Probably the stiffest of the one pieces we've swung all year, along with that pickle juice.
86 miles per hour.
Well,
86 miles per hour.
It's a nice miss. There's some forgiveness though.
86 off the handle.
Yeah, 86.
Yeah.
Definitely Felt like it was low off the handle, but carried good. And I think that's where that stiffness is going to help the ball kind of come off pretty good.
Drop.
86 miles per hour.
Well, there's that.
That's just stupid.
That was so stupid.
All I'm saying is you wear an average dude slow pitch hat and it adds 10 miles per hour to your speed.
Why do you think I put mine on?
96 miles per hour.
Off at the end.
Yeah, you can tell as it's breaking in a little bit, the barrel is definitely softened up just a little. So when you catch the sweet spot, you get that normal crack feel. And then a little high, you can feel it starting to soften up on you a little bit.
90 miles per hour.
Wow.
89 miles per
Because that's that
hour.
sweet spot, you can hear the crack still. And it carries real good.
And honestly, that swing from here, from my standpoint, looked effortless.
Yeah, it just let it through the zone.
Yeah.
With this stiffer barrel is letting you just, along with the loaded, it doesn't take a lot. You don't have to overswing it at all.
Right.
85
God.
miles per hour.
That one sounded like you might have missed it a little bit, but it was 85 and came off good, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's an effortless type bat to where the more effort you put into it, the more it's not going to work for you. It seems as long as you let the bat do the work coming through the zone, it'll stay pretty solid for you. If you miss, you'll know you missed. And the feedback on the hearing is where it's at. You'll notice a different sound of a clack or a click. Kind of like Hendo said, that wood sound from that one. It's not bad. I'd use it.
94 miles per hour.
That's a good one.
Shot.
That's a good one, Ed. No.
That was another shot.
Suit up, baby. That was a jersey.
93 miles per hour.
That'll do. That will do. Yeah, so again, the Wig Popper USSSA model from Short Porch. We'll go ahead and throw it on the test here in a minute. We got right near that 100 swing mark, actually a little more than 100 swings total with it. It feels good. Reminds me of the dill pickle as far as the stiffness feel, but I think this one's performance out of the wrapper definitely beats what we saw with the dill pickle. That one felt like you needed every bit of the 75, 100 swings to kind of open it up. This one, especially at 52s, good performance. So you saw there, basically straight out of the wrapper, the first 40 swings on this bat were all 52s. And as we swapped over, you saw the ProMs as the barrel opened up a little bit, probably around that 50 swing mark, start to perform a little bit better, outperform than the 52s. They were kind of on par with each other. So keep throwing swings on it. We'll see where it's testing at. I'm sure this has room for another 100, 200 swings before we really got to worry about anything as far as bringing that compression down. But we'll go ahead, throw it on the tester, come back, final compression, final thoughts. All right, and again, we have about 100-ish swings here on the Short Porch USSSA Wig Popper. Gonna see where this thing's testing at for us. Let it sit at 0. And it's still testing right at like 270, so still plenty of wiggle room to kind of break it in, let it really open up. Like we said, felt pretty good. Talk about a little more in the final thoughts. All right, we are swings and final compression complete here on the USSSA Short Porch Wig Popper. Again, 12-inch barrel, loaded model. And all in all, of the short porches we've swung so far, to me, this one has felt the best, not only from swing number 1, but just kind of overall feel, the way it opened up, everything like that. So for me, short porches, USSSA bats have been known as kind of on the stiffer end, whether it's been the 2-piece or the 1-pieces. And this one doesn't, that doesn't change. But what's nice about it is, even though you get that nice stiff, almost like a wood baseball bat feel, you still get good performance off of the sweet spot. And it swings like a traditional 12-inch. What I mean by that is, I think like the Brady Genesis, for instance, it was a 12-inch bat or barrel where you could miss high, miss low, and you got tons of forgiveness. Didn't really have to worry about it too much. If you use this one, and you miss high, you miss low, you're gonna get that sting, you're gonna see a decent drop off in performance. But when you catch the no-kidding sweet spot or sweet spot area, which seemed to be mostly kind of where this smaller lettering is on the back, pretty much from the end of the barrel down to the SP, the ball flew off, felt good, you got a good feel in the hands, good sound. And then what's nice is you get further and further away from that sweet spot, it had a good sound feedback to really let you know how it was performing and kind of where you caught it. With that being said though, even at that 100, 115 swing mark that we're at, we're still sitting just under 275. So definitely tons of wiggle room to open this thing up, get some more swings, see if it doesn't open the sweet spot up a bit more. But even with how it feels now, I'd have no problem kind of gaming this if you're used to kind of the shorter barrel bats. You want that stiffer, more traditional feel. And then it performed well with 52, so you could still go ahead and use this if you're swinging 52s, hot dots, whatever it might be, or the kind of the mushier ProMs as it gets hotter. We luckily got out here a little bit earlier today before it got too hot. We're already up to nearly 88 degrees. Why it's still this hot as we approach October, I have no idea, but we were able to swing those balls before kind of they cooked. And so we saw more of a traditional ProM feel out of those balls. But either way, we don't have an exact release date on this. Last we heard, it's going to be early October, so I'd expect first, second week of October, you'll see this drop over at Short Porch and headbangersports.com. I don't have a Short Porch discount code for you, but if you want to grab one of these from Headbanger Sports, it's code ADS. It'll save you 10% plus free shipping. If you need help ordering, you want just assistance overall, reach out, whether it's in the comments, over on averageslowpitch.com or any of the social medias, and I'll help square you away, get you the best price, fast shipping, all that kind of stuff that I can. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed it. I think, again, best bat I've seen so far from Short Porch, and don't get me wrong, the previous ones were good, but something about this one, they kind of took everything that they've been doing with the USSSA bats and kind of put it in, and I wouldn't say perfected it, because obviously all the bats, every bat can get better in some way, shape or form, but to where this one's at, I think it's definitely a big improvement over what we've had so far, and a very good model that I would recommend to somebody to swing if they want that short barrel, traditional one-piece feel. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it helped you decide whether you want to pick this up, maybe pick something else up, whatever it is. Either way, thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for supporting the channel. Have a great day.